Right. Hello, everybody. We're gonna see how this goes. I've been making art for a minute now. Not like so long, but seriously, been making art seriously, painting for I don't know. I'm kind of bad at math, but maybe I started like really considering it around 2018, and I feel like I should start doing a little bit more talking about my art, about myself. That way, you can get to know me and I can get to know you. Especially if you do something in the comments. I'll read it. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will. I hear not to read the comments, especially if they're negative. So if you have negative comments, keep that shit to yourself, boy. But also, follow your heart, you know? If you got something to say, you should say it. Why not? But yeah, if you have questions you'd like me to answer about myself or about my art, the way I work, yeah, I'd be down to answer. Right now we're working with a Mars Black. I just finished all this one. This is a titanium white from Denton. Mars Black is a Gamblin 1980 series, which I kind of like the 1980s. I feel like it's a pretty good quality, even though they call it student grade. This Denton is definitely student grade. However, it's better quality than some other cheap whites I've used before. Like really at the end of it. It's alright. 1980 is better. I'm also not mad at this Winsor and Newton white, titanium white again. I feel like Windsor's got some solid product, but I think maybe if I had to choose, 1980 is still my like jam for like affordability and quality. I haven't tried all the paints out there, but you know, slowly but surely we'll try different things. It's good to try new things. Right. So basically, I've been working on, I just started this one. It was something else. I decided to paint over it because I just was stuck. I didn't like it. So now we're working on this. I do work from photos. Check it out. Kind of mashed up two photos together. Just to get the whole vibe of the scene. But it's of a skate spot here in Portland, Oregon. I'm not the world's greatest skater, but I love skateboarding. And I have been, since like 2023, I've been focusing on skate spots in Portland. I feel like it's been a fun project. It feels fulfilling. And so, yeah, I like to paint them. Kind of just like blocking this one in still. I don't know if you'll see like the whole creation on these videos, but I just wanted to like try out the video world, the YouTuber landscape of the art world. You see me dabbing a lot. I don't know about my technique. As I talk about it, I feel insecure about it, but when I'm doing it off camera, I'm like, yeah, it works, whatever. But I like to work real thin. I got some mineral spirits over here. Feeling spiritual. And then we're just gonna dive right in. I feel like feel like there's something happening over here. I'm gonna start cutting some things in. So yeah, this like I did a DIY spot that's actually across the street from this location. It's like basically the same spot, just a different area. Finished painting. If I could figure out how to edit photos good enough, I'm gonna cut screen to it now. Bam. There it is. If not, then I just did a silly move in front of a camera. That was really silly. But that's what we're doing. We're just painting over here. That's what we do. We just paint. I gotta pay attention here. There's like a light thing happening over here that I'm gonna have to revisit. But that's all I'm doing. This is like, I'm just rough cutting stuff in. Nothing's like permanent, you know? I don't even know. I'm making this thing, but like, I'm not so set on the color right now. I just want to nail maybe the layout first, and then I'll revisit color in a minute once I feel like I've got it more dialed in, the locations of everything. There's all these like parking blocks, kind of like situated somewhere in this scene like this, and they come out like that. Got a little bit of perspective and some vanishing points, shenanigans stuff happening. You know, it's all just a game of trial and error and following your heart. Feeling what feels right, doing what feels right. But what's interesting, it's like whatever it feels right, sometimes you're like, oh, that's not right. And you have to re-examine what's going on. I'm not trying to give you lessons in painting. That's not the purpose of this. The purpose, I guess, is a little bit of just like my stream of consciousness. So you get to know me as an artist, as a person, because I want you to be able to appreciate the art as well as knowing the lens that it came through. You know what I'm saying? Sorry if I'm like clearing my throat a lot. I was just pretty sick over the holidays. Had some variation of maybe a flu. And it really sucked. You know, being sick is the worst. Just could use a bigger brush. I need to buy some more brushes, you know. Bigger brush, moves bigger colors around. Shouldn't work too small. Also, if what I'm doing is causing you to like cringe and be like, why is he doing it that way? He should be doing it this way. I'm open to suggestions. I'll take some advice. I'm down to learn. You know? I just started wearing these gloves recently because I got to thinking about like all the chemicals used in oil paintings. And I was like, should I just be touching this with my skin? Probably not. So, do a little bit of ChatGPT researching about what kind of gloves I should be doing. I forget the name of it, but it's called nitrile examination gloves. Ready for your exam? Let's get it. in the past, I tried to avoid using black, which like maybe I still kind of do because I think it's cool to be able to like make a black out of all the other colors. But also, I was like, who am I kidding? Let's just add it in. Let's try to use it. So I'm trying to use black actually on this painting a little bit. Because I was thinking like nothing really, when you look at it, is actually black. So it's just like the really darker, dark version of it. But sometimes in a painting, black just is the right move. So I decided to loosen the grips of, I'm still like mixing in all the colors. I got my yellow, I got my blue, I got my red. But then it turns into this brown. And I'm kind of like, let's have a little black. Why not? All right. In the last painting, it had this bear. I think it's time for me to let go. It's gonna go. Maybe he shows up later. Maybe he doesn't. Something just ain't right about it. It don't fit. It didn't fit the last vibe of the painting that it was before. It ain't fitting now. It's out. Got cut. Bye bye, bear. I can't tell if this is my true self or if I'm just doing something. Oh, we're having a load shift over there. We're out here in the cold studio. That's actually a garage. I ain't fancy. But it is a blessing. Having a garage as a studio is good, you know. Allows for a lot of airflow. One thing I could say is talking while filming is hard to focus. This is a different type of thing. This doesn't feel as like I don't know, what am I trying to say? It doesn't feel like I'm focused. Like I feel like I'm moving a lot of color around and I know that I'm gonna have to go back and touch it again because I wasn't focused enough on my painting. So, with that being said, I mean, this is my first time actually like trying to talk and paint at the same time. And maybe because of that, it feels like a struggle because it's the first time. So I shouldn't give up on it yet. I also have these shoes in here. They gonna go. They gonna go. Bye-bye. Gotta get rid of them. They're a nice pair of Jordan RMs. But it just don't fit the vibe I'm trying to hit. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. It's gonna get real messy right now. It's getting messy. It ain't even the right color. Ooh. Insecurity is setting in. And I'm like, what am I looking at? Let's try to nail it. How do we nail it? Maybe that's doing something. So notice that grays and my concrete colors are kind of hard to hit. Hard to nail down what's really going on. But it also could be that I'm working in like a really big space and I'm just starting from scratch. This whole thing builds little by little. Just gotta be patient. Just gotta do it. Just gotta sit with it. Be with it, work with it, work it. Over time, something's gonna happen. Like, what happened here? This is all green. Look how green that is. This is cool, but I don't want that much green right there. Okay. Yesterday, I went on a drive, and for whatever reason, I thought about curtains and how a lot of people have their curtains drawn. I understand they don't want like people looking in their house and stuff. It's a safety thing. But also, when you're at home, don't you want to let the light in? You gotta let the light in, bro. Let the light in on your life. Get some of that vitamin D from the sun. Let it in. Let it feed your body and your house. I mean, everybody is as unique as a flower, right? How cheesy does that sound? Sounds pretty cheesy. However, it's kind of true. And what do flowers need? They need light. Gotta let the light in. I don't know. So is that a bit of wisdom you'd never heard or you needed to hear? Hopefully you need to hear it. You gotta let the light in. You gotta start shining a light on your dreams. Like my dream is to be a successful painter. You don't be a successful painter by not showing up and doing it. You gotta show up and do it. So I'm showing up. Here we are. Showing up. I definitely think I will not be filming the whole creation of this painting while chit-chatting away. This feels too strange right now. I'm gonna have to like tiptoe my way into this life. I ain't no Bob Ross. Is that his name? Bob Ross? That's the guy? That's the guy who paints with the afro? White man with the giant perm. He rocked it though. He looked pretty good in that afro. That was his moment in time. And he did it. I don't got the curly hairs for it. My hair is straight and thin. I don't think a perm would look right on me. Never tried it though. I don't got the money for it though. Probably won't be getting no perms. Okay, in this painting there's like a whole green space. Try to avoid green. Not into it. I do got blue sky happening that I need to hit, but we also are underneath an overpass. What's under an overpass? It's dark. Got dark up here. I gotta put some dark up there. Look at me, look how thin this is working out. It's thin. What I'm gonna do is just like put in a bunch of thin. Denton. I should also do is check the video to see if it's still recording. It is! It is still recording and I'm still with you. You're still with me. I'm probably gonna chop this video up into bits. Ain't no way you're gonna sit here watching 18 minutes of me blab about nothingness. Unless you're bored, maybe I'll leave it up. Maybe I'll just not cut it, edit. I'll just leave it up the way it is. Maybe I'll cut it down a little bit. I don't know. We'll see what we have time for. Ooh, man, I gotta be braver with the amount of paint I'm using. I gotta squeeze out some more. Get the yellow. Cadmium yellow. Cobalt blue. Ooh, stiff. Yeah. Another thing you might find interesting about my work is I create the canvas. I'm not talking about like buying the pre-made stretcher bars from the art store. I literally cut down some 2x4s, glue them together, and make a giant canvas. I find it a pretty efficient way to make a canvas for much cheaper than if you were to buy some pre-made stretcher bars and try to build it out that way. Plus, I like the quality of the ones that I make. I feel like they are rigid and strong and sturdy. And I don't enjoy the pre-made canvases because they feel cheap. Something about them is just like, ugh, who's gonna pay money for this? I want my paintings and canvases to feel expensive, to like be of good quality, really, I think is what I'm trying to say. Like they should hold up to the prices that I'm setting at, which right now is, I'd say, pretty affordable in the giant canvas world. Because I'm an unknown artist, because I'm kind of new into this game, but also I want people who want art and who like my art to be able to buy it. So I'm not trying to like price normal people out of the art buying game. We'll see once that all changes when I'm a rich and famous artist. But if I'm a rich and famous artist, I'll still make things for cheap. I'll still make paintings for people who like just want to buy a piece of painting, real, authentic, made by a real person painting. I feel like that's important. Being able to have beautiful things